everyone, it's Raid Kitty, and I'm here with my Raid Kitty S'mores. So come on, let's play. Hey everyone, welcome back to the line. We are at the Integrated Community Center that we built last time, and I promised that we would do some naming. So the first person to comment on my video as a name for this district was Tim. So I told him I would name this the GPC by Tim Square. And so our new district is a GPC by Tim Square. And I received some other really great ideas. So I think we're going to name this the Smorton Green Library. Thank you, Spuds, for that one. So that we've named everything, I've been looking and I'm thinking that we really need to add an actual industry area. And I really want to create a walkable industry area that basically everyone who works there is able to walk to their own little segment of where they work. Of course, there will be some public transit, but I really want to make it fit in with the line theme. So for those who are new, or maybe those who need a refresher, like I often need a refresher, the line is a 100-mile car-free, zero-energy, walkable community for millions of people in Saudi Arabia, which is what I'm basing the concept of the city I'm building on. In this city, there are no streets or cars, which we are emulating with the pedestrian pathways. Everything that a person needs within a 5-minute walk, and then the ends of the 100-mile city are less than a 20-minute high-speed transit ride away. In the actual city, the metro line and freight run underground, with the above-ground layer being a pedestrian-focused and integrated with nature, which we've tried our best to kind of do here. And all buildings are carbon positive and powered by clean energy. So again, we're doing pretty well with that, but I've been thinking, let's go ahead and get a farm set up. And I think this area up north here is the perfect area. It's relatively flat. It is right by the train station and was gonna go build a park. And it's kind of near the zoological campus. And I think that we can really build an integrated farming community up here. So let's go ahead and lay down the road network. All right, so the road layout more or less is done. You may have noticed that I did not, oh, do I have road? Nope, they're just very close. You may have noticed that I didn't flatten out the terrain when I very well could have flattened out the terrain. And I did that on purpose because I really want to go with the terrain. Again, we're working with nature here. We are not changing nature to fit our needs, okay? So I just added a few pedestrian paths to begin connectivity. So I added one down here, one from the park up to what's kind of looking like a cloud-shaped farming district, and that's about it for now because I really want to get this farm district going. So let's take a look and see what we need to build a farming district. So of course we're going to need the farming main building, and if you notice, I've unlocked everything. So let's get started by placing our building. Now I am going to actually delete some of these trees because unfortunately with the farming and the fertile land, having trees will actually affect fertile soil. So I will replace these trees, I promise, but I'm going to replace them in a way that's not going to affect the fertile soil. All right, so let's go ahead and create our first little farming area. So I think it would be really cute to have the main area right in the middle. And again, everything inside is going to be these pedestrian paths. Alright, so now that we've placed our farming building, let's go ahead and expand our industry to cover most of this area. And we will bring it back once we've placed everything. Alright, so instead of Pine Grove, let's go ahead and name this Fertile Fields, because guess what's all around it? Fertile Fields. And I want to improve logistics, so I want to do, you know, more efficient, so we use less gas and electricity, work safety, And we're okay without that for now. So perfect. We've added our little main building. And I want to start by adding a couple places for people to live. So what I want to do is I want to take a look at my topography and start placing more houses and fields up in this top area, and then place more of the production buildings down in the bottom. So let's go ahead and grid out the rest of this area. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've laid out the road network for these 5 houses. Well, I guess 6 houses, but I'm kind of considering this a compound. So we have this area is 1, this area is 2. This large area serves 3 houses. We have some workers' barracks, which I think will be really useful, which I may stick one more set in over here. I have a small house that has this area, and this larger house has this whole area right here. So let's get placing some farming industry. Well, fun fact, I realized that when I took a phone call, I stopped recording. Basically, I moved all of the production buildings down into this corner due to their pollution and their noise pollution. So they're all down here on the right. I also added 2 warehouses, one that holds flour from the flour mill, and the other that holds animal products. I changed the milking parlor that was up here to 2 greenhouses because of the pollution. And we started gridding out a small living area over here where we're adding our services. So we have a high school and an elementary school, a large central park, and I'm getting ready to add some service buildings over here on the right side so that our community is serviced with fire and police. Also, I apologize because my game is stuttering very poorly. It's terrible. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna move our police station down here. Nope. And let's add a plaza. And I do want to make sure I add a healthcare facility as well as a cemetery. Because I really see this, especially in here, being a small community, right? And they're gonna have their own, you know, cemetery and place where they will be honoring the dead. I don't necessarily want the medical clinic right by the slaughterhouse. That seems kind of horrifying. So let's put it... Can I fit it over here? Oh, almost. I will go ahead and put it... I'll put it across from the park. I think that's okay. And I wish I had a smaller cemetery. But you know what? I'm gonna place the high school there, the elementary school there. And then let's go ahead and give the cemetery a nice area, shall we? Ah, there we go. It is kind of awkward because it's right near the elementary school. So what if I actually placed it down here instead? So it is near the elementary school, but I can create a nice buffer. So we've placed our main services, so let's go ahead and start zoning. We want to make sure that we include a combination of residential and commercial. And then we will be adding the walkability, potentially another park or 2, and then we'll detail. So let's finish this up. So you know what I realized is these produce a lot of pollution. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to run the park on this right side and make it a nice place where people can walk through for work. So let's go ahead and add a pathway. And then that way people can take that as a route to work. And then we'll separate our people from the pollution. Okay, so I've added all of the zoning and things have pretty much filled in. I also added the riding stable, and what else did I do? Oh, I added more zoning up here to add some more houses to help with this area, because if we were to draw a district around our nice cloud, which I think I'm going to call the cloud district.
Do you get to the cloud district very often?
Kinda zing.
Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
So we only have 161 people in this entire area, which is very small. And I'm not a huge fan of that. Like, we really need to boost that. So I think the easiest thing to do is I'm gonna turn this exterior road into a bike road it'll help allow the trucks to move around, but it'll also encourage people to bike to work, and they'll be able to bike around because they should be able to bike on these internals too. So yeah, so in the cloud district we only have 150 people, which is not enough. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the zoning around here. And again, we do want to make sure we are being aware of the walkable cities, so I do want to be very careful. But I think we just need some more people. You know what I think would be kind of helpful is I believe across the entire city we have a high-rise ban. We do. So let's add some small high-rises. Just little apartments to help build up this area along this exterior part right here. So I've zoned in a little bit more, and once all of this zones in, then we will definitely start with the walkability and the detailing. And if you want to do me a favor and you're really enjoying this video, feel free to give me a like, a shout out in the comments, subscribe to me if you're not. But if you are not liking this video, that's okay too. Okay, so things are starting to come in, so I'm gonna get ready to start detailing and adding some pathways. And I will give you a shout when it's all done. Alright, well, I have done all of the detailing for the Cloud District. We have a nice little park here in between some of the high density. I've added a public library. Around the cemetery, I went and added a little place for quiet, peaceful relaxation and remembrance of loved ones. I've added the soccer field and a dog park. And we've just really nicely decorated out the farm area. Added some trees lining it. Gave everything just a little bit of a lift. And I think it's come together really nicely, and I do honestly believe that we have created a walkable area for people who work in this district. I just want to give you a look at the pedestrian and cyclist activity in this area. Let me get out of Move It. And we're going to look at the pedestrians and the cycling. I think that's pretty awesome. There are people walking to work. I don't know if any of these buildings you can click on and it'll show you. Yeah, people are walking to their jobs here. There's lots of workers. Everyone's walking to the high school. I will be adding some public transit soon, which I think will even give an additional boost. But I just want to show that walkability is possible. I mean, look, this guy is walking from all the way over here to the Cloud District to go to work. I'd love to see more people working from in this area, and I'm sure, I mean, look at that. That's insane. So much walking. So much walking. So I think that the creating a walkable farming industry was really a hit. I even added some crosswalks to help people get across from these houses. And I think I'm going to add in a couple more houses before we go. But overall, guys, I think that we're done. I am very happy with this build. I think it turned out lovely. I'm really like how cute and small this little farming area is. We do have 1,234 people and increasing in this area, and there's about 1,400 jobs. So I think there's probably a little bit more jobs than workers. Uh-oh. Bakery's on fire. And I may in the future end up removing some of the jobs in here to kind of just help limit that. So let's see, we got a flour mill, and we have two things that are producing animal products. I'm not a huge fan of the milking parlor, so let's get rid of that. And now we've kind of decreased our jobs here a little bit. And now we have this wide open space, so why don't we add a nice plaza. And I did find out what was causing that stuttering, by the way, when I was zoomed in. I have pollution hidden, and so the game's having to work really hard to hide that pollution. Alright everyone, well that's the end of this build. I think next time we're going to implement a pretty nifty public transit center. But I honestly think that this is going really well. I say that our walking is going great. Let's take a look at our biking before we go and see how our bicyclists have done. Oh yeah, look at that. That's gone up. And that just shows that people are willing to bike and walk. And like I said, I mean, all of these pedestrians, all of this pedestrian activity is great. There's pedestrians walking through here. Look at how busy everywhere. I think that is just great. But I just want to say goodbye, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. But for S'mores and I think we're going to go take a nap. Bye-bye.